Hi, Bill Henshaw here again, often known by others as the Walking Constitution. And some of you may have heard today that the 9 parts, aka the U.S. Supreme Court, have apparently overturned Roe v. Wade. To which I respond, big deal. Doesn't matter because it was for law when it was decided. And number two, if you know the rules of the Supreme Court under Ashwander v. Tennessee Valley, 297 U.S. 288, page 341, what do they say in there? Among other things, the court will not construe an issue of constitutional law broader than is required by the precise facts to which it is to be applied. What that means in everyday terms is who the hell cares about the due process clause of the non existent 14th Four Amendment? Ain't. We can not only prove it doesn't exist, it never did. To get more information on this subject and a lot of others, send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com. And you're going to love what it is I have to say on this subject because we go in there and you don't use that. I mean, none of those decisions exist, which is astounding, but it's true. And I think the conservatives on the court, especially given recent events, know that. So we go there with different provisions of the Constitution. A couple that come immediately into play. Article 1, Section 10, assuming arguendo we're in a sovereign independent state admitted into this union, where we have, among other things, the right of unlimited power to contract, and where the states and beds too in Article 1, Section 9 are prohibited from enacting bills of attainder, the taking of life, liberty, or property without judicial process, aka trial by jury according to the course of the common law. Much better issues. And we have the Ninth Amendment too, that specifically reserves all rights to the people. And boy, this one in particular, and what this has in common, by the way, the Ninth Amendment, they've only ruled on it one time in 230 years, Griswold v. Connecticut in 1965. And this is one reason we need to get our issues there under these provisions of law. Bill of Attainder, the same thing. Cummings v. Missouri, 1867, the last time they made a serious ruling on that issue. These things need to change. They know damn well at the Supreme Court that it isn't going to happen because Rule 1 of Ashwander, what does it say? The court will not address an issue of constitutional law in the advance of the necessity of deciding it. You don't ask, we won't answer. And they know damn well no attorney in the Supreme Court bar in their right mind is going to raise these questions. And at the moment, that 99.5% plus of we the people don't have a clue how to do it because of what I call the absolute absence of any subsequent and meaningful curricula in the mandatory public education system for the study of the Constitution, history, and laws of the United States. This has to change, and that's exactly what I'm here to do. My mission in life, educate as many of you people out there so you can address not only issues like this, but also take care of issues with your own family, especially with the child procurement syndicates, to name one, and criminal courts, traffic courts, tax courts, you name it. All the issues that I advocate unopposed are good in any of them and for the best of constitutional reasons. And the sooner we all learn that and start acting together and cut this divide and conquer crap out they've been doing for at least 150 years, the better off we're all going to be. And it's just common sense, it really is. And by the way, I didn't get it overnight. Let me be the first to say I was at the head of the class in ignorance coming out of high school. And so ignorant, I volunteered into the Marine Corps at the height of the Tet Offensive in the Vietnam War. Long story about that for another video. But that said, I've since recovered a bit, and better late than never. I've been doing this 50 years ago. If I got taught in high school what I know now and what I'm teaching you, and it all makes sense. And that's my job, to make it as easy for you as possible to understand. I didn't have that benefit. It took me a while to get it, but I did. and I can help you learn in a hurry. So send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com, and we'll talk about Roe v. Wade and a whole hell of a lot more that comes into play here that needs to change. And for me, the good news is that I think the conservatives on the court have a different agenda than what you read in the mainstream media here. As the court started to act like the Supreme Court, a judicial court, for the first time in arguably 90 years. Things I thought I'd never live to see have happened in the last 16 months. I've been talking about it on other videos that you can look into. Check my video list that You Win in Court on Gmail, on YouTube, and you'll see. And it's going the right direction here, despite what the mainstream media says. And Roe v. Wade couldn't care less. I mean, they can't tell us what to do. We're the sovereign body politic here. We created the whole government. We tell them what to do, not the other way around. That's how it's supposed to be. Logically, it sounds exactly right when you hear it. And lo and behold, we have the creator endowed inalienable rights to make it happen. Whether I get across the Red Sea with you, I don't know at my age. I'll be 74 later this year. I have a good 8 or 10 years with damaged genes and history being what they are. Then the cause of death for me ain't going to be COVID. It's going to be pneumonia. We'll see in the end how that works out. But that said, a lot of good news here coming from this one story. And I'll have more videos upcoming before the week is over. So stay tuned for those as well. In the meantime, send me an email for information, uwinnincourt@gmail.com. And I'll tell you all about what I do, how I do it. You're absolutely going to love it. Meanwhile, subscribe, like the videos, tell your friends, get the word out. As soon as we cut out this divide and conquer crap and get on the same page, Americans, Asians, and Africans, the quicker we get these bastards off our backs. Thank you.